Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm going to be comparing the video games Forza Horizon 5 and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown because I think that people need to understand the difference between the both games. Because the thing is this. The developer, so I seen this on Wikipedia. I don't know if it's true or not, but anyways, so not the developer, but the game director. So he has probably some sort of developing, like job with the video game. But regardless, whatever his position is, he goes on to say that he's trying to compete with the Crew series, the Forza series, and Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 hasn't even came out yet. So I don't know how you're going to compete with a game where it's like, I just know that there are going to be a lot of things to do in Grand Theft Auto 6 compared to the amount of stuff that you could do in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. But I figured, you know what, let me do some content where I am talking on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Because here's the thing. I want to put as much pressure as I possibly can on the developers until they make changes to the game that's going to benefit the game and benefit the person buying the game. Because to me, I just don't see the reason of buying the game if the game's not going to be fully functional and working. And that's why I was like, I'm sitting down thinking of when I started playing Forza Horizon 5 for the first time. I'm like, fam, the problems that I'm seeing in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, that was not a thing in any of the Forza games that I played. I feel like that if there's any game that Microsoft releases like as their, exclusive game, Forza is definitely going to be that game where they're going to make sure that I think with this latest Forza that they came out with, that's the only Forza that they came out with, in my opinion, where it was pretty messed up. I know that because it lacks content. Like I had to say, if you're trying to compete with that Forza, then it might be a fair comparison. But if we're gonna talk on Forza Horizon 5, I believe I still have the content up of when I played that game for the first time. Let me just check my gaming channel real quick, because I'm for certain I still have the Forza Horizon 5 content up, because I think I was streaming, but I don't know if I did if I downloaded those streams and posted them on my gaming channel. So let me just go all the way back to... Okay, so I did do a stream where and this was the first stream that I did where I played Call of Duty Vanguard, and then I played Forza Horizon 5. Now, I don't know if that's the first time I had played Forza Horizon 5, but the thing is this. I've played a lot of Forza Horizon 5 to know that it's not a fair comparison to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Forza Horizon 5 has so much content throughout that game, and then on top of that, they have a difficulty settings. Then on top of that, they got a gang of cars that you can buy at a reasonable price. They don't have it where, a Corvette's gonna cost... they have like cars on there that's like in reality a Corvette is gonna probably be like maybe between that $70,000 to $100,000 range. Like, let me just see how much a brand new Corvette costs, because I'm curious, how much is a new Corvette? Searching, generating. The price of a new Corvette depends on the model and trim. 2024 Corvette, the starting MSRP for the 2024 Corvette is $69,000. The 2LZ trim starts at $112,000, and the 3LZ trim starts at $117,000. That's for 2024. 2025, base model, 75,000. E-Ray starts at 106,000. ZL6, 112. ZR1, 200. Dang, $200,000? That's crazy. But anyways, overall, that's how much a car should cost, or that's how much a Corvette should cost. Not no $1 million, $12 million. Like, they have it on there where a Corvette on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, like the Corvette costs like $1 million. Then on top of that, they don't even have a big old giant car selection. They have like these dealerships that you could go to around the map, and each of the dealerships probably have like maybe 10 cars. And there's like, maybe 4 or 5 dealerships. Like, the thing is this. Comparing the car list of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown to Forza Horizon 5, that's not a fair fight. And then on top of that, then with Forza, the amount of free cars that you get throughout the game. You can even... I don't know how many times, like, I've done wheel spins, and it's like they might have given me cash, clothes, stuff that I don't need, but there has been times where they've given me cars in Forza Horizon 5 for free. I don't know how many times I ain't got cars in that game for free. Then if you buy like the highest edition of Forza Horizon 5, bruh, the amount of stuff that you get with that game, it's insane. It really is insane. And it's like, the thing is this, I've been playing that game, well, I had to say I did stop for a little bit, but I pretty much have been playing the game since it came out. And I checked earlier, I have like $23 million in the game. And the thing is this, you would think that, okay, with the lack of cars that they have in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, like, you should be making a gang of money in that game, right? Only have $1 million in that game. And then, so, here's the thing. So, they have it where if, so in Forza Horizon 5, so if you want to do a race, but let's say your car isn't a high enough level, at least with Forza, they have like this automatic configuration thing where it automatically gets you to that point that you need to be to. So like if, let's say, you have a C-class car, but you want to do an A-class race. So they do have it where you could do like an automatic upgrade, and then, yeah, your car is a A-class. So they'll probably like swap out the engine, add some parts, like sort of tune up some, not tune, but yeah, add some parts to the engine just to get it to the A-class. In Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, if you're a low enough level, so here's how they do things. So you have to be a certain level to just buy cars. You gotta be a certain level to buy upgrades for this car. And then, because I think, like the highest I seen, so right, because like right now, I think I'm at like a level 19, 18 or 19. And just to get upgrades for my car, I have to be a level 25. And it takes a while to upgrade. There was at a point in time in the game where they wasn't even giving me like XP to level up. So I was just out there doing races. Oh, I was getting the solar pass XP. I was getting XP for my this club that I'm a part of in the game. But other than that, XP for myself to get money to level, or not even to get money. I have the money to get the upgrades. They just won't allow me to get these upgrades because I'm not a certain level. So how do you think most people are going to look at that, where it's like in Forza, they have it where it's like if you have the money, you could get the upgrades. I don't even think they have some stuff on there set up where you have to be a certain level. They're like, no, if you play the game and you get the money, you could get as many upgrades as you want to get. So if you have $1 million, you could put $1 million worth of upgrades into the car. But it's like they're not going to have it set up on some stuff where it's like on top of getting the money, you also have to get X or a certain ranking. And that's something that I've always said. It's like, do you think that if you go to a real life mechanic, because if they're trying to be all realistic and stuff, because I know that's something that people had tried to argue with me about with the car pricing and Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. They're like, oh, over in Hong Kong, that's how it is. Like, that's how the prices are. I'm like, okay, so if that's how the prices are, what about the upgrades? Like, you guys, y'all don't want to talk on this, the negatives with it. You just only want to point out the positives in the game or the actual factuals. But I'm like, okay, if we're going to point out an actual factual with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown and on some real life stuff, you're not going to go to a mechanic or somebody that could do upgrades to your car and they're going to be all like, oh, sorry, you got to be a certain level to get these upgrades. When has that ever happened? When have you guys ever been to a mechanic or been somewhere where you could do upgrades to the car, or not even that, been to a dealership? So let's say you have the money to go out and get the car, right? But then the dealer is like, oh, you have to be a level 25 or a level 60 in order to buy this Corvette. Do you, honestly though, you have the money to go out and get this Corvette. Corvette's $1 million, you have $1 million, you have the money to go out and get this Corvette. Do you honestly think a dealer is gonna be like, oh, sorry, you don't, you're not a high enough level on some random racing whatever, you know, like this figure, you have to be a random racing level on some not a figure, but like, let's just say a website. And do you honestly think a dealer, it's like, yeah, they just gonna pass up $1 million. They're gonna like, oh, so yeah, we don't care about the money. We care more about your ranking than the money that you got. I guarantee and I promise you that dealer is, they're gonna go out of business. I promise you that, all right? You ask any dealer out there, what do you care more about? A person's ranking that doesn't even exist in real life, or a person's money? All right, yeah, if they got like some crimes or they're just not good with cars, then I'm like, that'll probably be the only way. But it's like, fam, this is a racing game. All right, there shouldn't be no limit to how we want to race in a video game. I'm saying it's like if you, and the thing is this, I feel that if they would have had a lot more content in the game, because when you look at the amount of content that Forza, and just with like racing, multiplayer, and that's one thing about it, they separate. If you want to do races by yourself, you could do that. Pause the game, come back to the race later on, and then test drive Unlimited Solar Crown. No, they have all that stuff combined. So it's like, I think the only races that you can do by yourself, but I think they still do count it as an online thing, is the timed time trial races, where you gotta do you gotta, like, I guess, finish a race in a certain amount of time. But other than that, like, as far as the racing against the NPCs, yeah, that, for some reason, they have it set up as a multiplayer thing, even though people don't really be joining your game like that unless you sit there and wait. But it's like, fam, you guys know me. You know I like playing games by myself, especially racing games, because I know how people can get when playing a racing game. They want to hit your car. They want to drive all out in front of you. And I'm like, fam, I deal with that enough with the NPCs. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with no stuff like that with actual people. Because I'm like, I already know it's going to be a situation. People annoy me when it comes to, if it's like friends, then okay, I play with friends. But if it's random people, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't even want to play the game with random people. Because it's like, on top of that, I'm a content creator. So, you know, I got to worry about people saying and doing crazy things. And that's why I'm like, nah, bro. It's like, I overall like how Forza Horizon, all of them have been set up that way. But just talking on 5, I like how they separate the solo stuff from the multiplayer stuff. So if you want to play multiplayer stuff, that's there. But if you want to play I played the entire game by myself. And that's what my intentions are with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. That's if they ever do decide to fix the game. But excuse me. But overall, though, I'm like, yeah, I played that entire game by myself. And now that I'm playing this, they got like this like rally racing DLC that I've been playing a little bit of. And yeah, I've been playing that entirely by myself. So it's like, fam, the thing is this, with a racing game, you don't even really need to play that game with people unless it's like some online only racing game. But that's the thing, though, with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, they make it seem like that it's a single player game, but it's an online only game. And I'm like, no, bruh, it should not be set up that way. I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, you guys should have honestly thought that one through. Not everybody's going to be with the idea of making the game online only. And then on top of that, if I am, so like, and that's like I said, like with Forza, where if you're in, like, let's say you're halfway through a race, you hear a knock on your actual IRL door or something, you can at least pause the game in Forza. In Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, nah. You can't pause the race. Even if you are doing the race by yourself, can't pause the race. What my thing is this, all right? What video game, besides like any PvP type video game out there, but when you look at games, like all of them just different type of single player games, even like games that do have some multiplayer functions in there, I'm trying to think. I think the only 2 games that I played that was like that, but it's like at least they have it where it's like you can, well, no, it's like they're not as much as doing a mission. That's why I was like, yeah, with games like that, you gotta like make sure of it that yeah, you're not at least you can like stop off in certain areas and stuff, and then you know, it kind of has like some like areas where it'll take some time to go to a different area. But anyways, the Division 1 and 2 and Destiny, yeah, they do have it where it's an online only like all throughout the game, but at least they'll have it where it's on some stuff where it's like you can at least hide somewhere and tend to wherever you need to tend to and things. But I guess like if you're in the middle of some action, then yeah, you know, you can't really pause the game. They should change that, I guess, if they do decide to come out with a Destiny 3 and the Division 3. But yeah, overall though, it's like, it's games like that I don't really like playing all that much. And I'm like, yeah, it's like with Destiny and the Division, it's like those are 2 games where I gotta make sure of it. Like, okay, I ain't got no packages coming in. It's probably best if I play this game at night, so I ain't really gotta worry about a whole lot of different stuff. But yeah, it's like with Test Drive, it's like, what's your guys' excuse? It's a racing game. It's like I'm playing the game by myself. And even, yeah, with games like that where you're playing it by yourself, there should definitely be an offline feature for it. Because to me, that just don't make no sense, where it's like, I know I'm playing the game by myself, but then there's still that risk of playing it, power shuts down or my internet shuts down, and then I ain't got kicked out of a race, which happened to me before in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Forza, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's ever been a time where I was playing that game and like if my internet shut down, because I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever did play that game when my internet shut down and I couldn't play it no more. But I'm trying to think, even in the previous Forzas, I feel like maybe with 4, that might have happened. And yeah, I was still racing. They just had it where it's like, yeah, I just got logged out, but I was still in a game. So I'm like, it's things like that where it's like, fam, come on now. If you guys are gonna compete, at least make it a competition. Have it where cars are slightly cheaper than a car in Forza. Have it where there's more content to like use or to play around with in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I'm trying to think of some other things. Have like pause the proper offline mode. Not no stuff, because that's one thing that I'll say, and I'm not really fond of that game either, but Car X Street. But no, they have it where it's like you can switch from online to offline. Have some thing like that in the game. But it's like, if you're gonna have it set up where it's like you're pretty much doing whatever it is that you guys want to do, and I gotta spend my money to play that, nah. Versus Forza, they have it where it's available on the Xbox Game Pass. You didn't even have to buy that game in the first place. I bought that game because I know that they are, at some point in time when they come out with another Forza Horizon, they're most likely going to delist Forza Horizon 5. They just did it today with Forza Horizon 4, and I ain't trying to have that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'll just go ahead, buy the game, play it, enjoy it, and it's like, I ain't got to worry about it. And that's the thing, too, where it's like, I feel like if they were to do some stuff like that with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, they'll probably have it where it's like, oh, we're shutting down the first one, so whatever money you spent on it, it's like, oh, it just pretty much you guys got scammed. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, with Test Drive, if they're gonna try to do a comparison, it's like you guys are gonna have to compare yourself to a game that has equal problems. But you're comparing yourself to a game that didn't have no issues when it very first came out, had good ratings. I think the only issue that I remember hearing with Forza Horizon 5 was that it had long loading screens on the last gen console, not PlayStation, but the Xbox One. Other than that, I'm like, fam, I never had an issue with Forza Horizon 5. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's like, that's not a fair fight. And overall, if anybody's wondering between them two games, Forza Horizon 5 or Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, if you listen to this whole episode and you don't know what game I'm a fan of, I will tell you, but I'm like, fam, you need to listen a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, it's Forza Horizon 5 all the way. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, it's like, yeah, that game's been out for 3 months. They've came out with some updates, but it's like something like where this game is currently at right now shouldn't be a thing. It's like you guys should have just came out with a good game in the first place. But anyways, yeah, hopefully they, before January 1st, 2025, they come out with an update to add an offline mode and to add a difficulty settings to with the AI and stuff. But it's something that Forza Horizon 5 has. Like, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know how their offline mode is, because I don't think there's ever been a time where I disconnected from doing a race. But I think that it's like, since the race is offline, then it's like, yeah, they're not going to disconnect me from the race. But anyways, regardless, I'm like, you guys got a lot of work on with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I'm like, comparing yourself to Forza Horizon 5, that's like me comparing myself to Mr. Beast, alright? That's not going to be a fair comparison. So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.